The change to a caucus for Kentucky's Republican Party means thousands of Kentuckians will be voting tomorrow.
Doctors at a Central Kentucky hospital tell us they've seen a sudden spike in overdose cases over the last week, what they think caused it. How Kentucky's Attorney General says he wants to help people who keep receiving unwanted or unsolicited phone calls.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening to you on this Friday night. Kentucky Republicans have watched voters in other states weigh in on the race for the White House, but tomorrow it's their turn. Normally, they vote in a primary. This year, the Kentucky GOP is holding a caucus in the presidential race, and many Republicans have questions about how it will work. Today, Victor Puente got some answers. It's our top story at 6.
The change to a caucus was initiated by Rand Paul so he could run for president and Senate at the same time. He's now out of the presidential race, but Kentucky Republicans say the change has still been a good one because of the attention it's brought. Saturday's caucus will be a first for the state's Republicans and the first in the state since the Democrats held one in 1984.
Their vote's going to count this time, but there's 4 candidates left, and one of those candidates is going to be the nominee.
Kentucky's caucus has been modeled after others that don't require a large time commitment from voters.
They don't have to stay. This isn't like Iowa where you need to be a couple-hour commitment. It's just you vote and then you can leave.
Tom Hearn is in charge of the caucus location at Northeast Christian Church in Lexington. He says they plan on putting up signs letting people know who is still actually in the race. Fran Anderson will be helping run the polling location at Ashland Avenue Baptist. He says the training they've received should help the process flow smoothly.
Well, I think it's been great. I think it's been exciting. You know, Kentucky now can be a player in selecting the next president of the United States, or at least who's going to represent the Republican Party, and that's never been before, really, because we're always 2 months later, and it's really pretty much decided.
111 of Kentucky's 120 counties will have caucus locations. Most will only have one. Party leaders say they won't know for sure if the change is a positive one until tomorrow is over, but so far they've appreciated the effects.
I'd like to be relevant, and I don't know if the end of May voting is going to be relevant in the primary.
Voting opens tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and party leaders tell me that anyone who is still in line at 4 p.m. when the polls close will get to vote. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
If you don't know where your caucus location is, we have a link to help you find the right site on WKYT.com. The Kentucky Republican Caucus isn't the only contest tomorrow. In fact, the day is being called Super Saturday. Kansas will hold a caucus and Louisiana will hold a primary. Maine Republicans and Nebraska Democrats will also have caucuses. In all, 152 Republican delegates are up for grabs nationwide tomorrow. And as results are first released at 7 Saturday night, you can join WKYT political editor Bill Bryant and myself for special coverage right here on WKYT. Lexington Center leaders are warning UK fans that Rupp Arena could be warmer than usual during tomorrow's game against LSU. They say the arena's HVAC system has an electrical switch gear problem and it's limiting the ability to air condition the entire arena. They say it's not a danger to the public and it won't affect the game itself, but they say fans should plan to dress accordingly in case the arena is warmer than usual tomorrow. If the problem cannot be fixed by game time, there will be no pyrotechnics for starting lineups. A judge has sentenced a Scott County woman convicted of killing her boyfriend. In January, a jury found Melinda Turner guilty of murder for the 2010 stabbing death of Maxwell Pomeroy. During her trial, Turner had claimed she was physically and sexually assaulted before the stabbing. The jury recommended a 30-year prison sentence, but during today's hearing, her attorney asked for a lesser sentence.
But we feel, based upon the testimony that the court heard and based upon all circumstances, that a imposition of a 20-year sentence is both fair and appropriate under the circumstances.
Despite that, the judge went with the jury's recommendation and sentenced Turner to 30 years in prison. It is an alarming trend that has workers at a Central Kentucky hospital very concerned tonight. In the last week, Frankfort Regional Medical Center has seen a spike in overdose cases, and investigators think a bad batch of heroin could be to blame. Caitlin Sentner has the story.
They wake up and they're, how did I get here? What happened? They have no idea. A recent rash of overdoses lands close to a dozen at Frankfort Regional Medical Center in a day's time.
What have you been seeing?
A lot of heroin overdoses, multiples in fact. People coming in completely unconscious, nearly dead in fact.
This rash is the worst physician Tyler Corey has seen.
It starts to get an IV. We immediately administer a medicine called Narcan. Usually that will bring them back to life, if you will.
Medical professionals in the capital city are attributing it to what they call a bad batch of heroin.
Generally what that tells us is that they're cutting the heroin with something else, making it more potent than people are used to. Had a guy the other day tell me he used the exact same amount he always uses, and this time it almost killed him.
Corey warns if the drug looks different than normal, such as being a different color, then that means something is off. Luckily, though, the drug didn't take any lives. Frankfort Regional was able to save each one.
It's just our job. It's what we do. You know, someone comes in, they need our help, regardless of if it was self-inflicted or not self-inflicted. We're going to save them.
In Frankfort, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
And police would not talk to us about this recent rash of overdoses because they say it is an ongoing investigation. Police in Boyle County have arrested a woman they say tried to hide drugs on her teenage son. The Boyle County Sheriff's Office charged 37-year-old Tanya Davis with drug trafficking and other offenses during a traffic stop. Deputies say a canine unit led them to search the car, and they say they found pills, marijuana, crystal meth, and drug paraphernalia. Deputies say they caught Davis trying to hide more drugs in her pockets of her 15-year-old son.
That's correct. She's a drug dealer. She's on probation out of another county, I believe, for trafficking in narcotics.
Davis is from Washington County. She was taken to jail, and deputies say they called social services to place the teenager with other relatives. A UK football player faces several charges after UK police arrested him overnight. Police say an officer saw 23-year-old William Collins carrying a parking meter along East Maxwell Street. Police say when Collins and a man with him saw the officer, both started running, but police say the officer yelled for them to stop and get down on the ground. They say Collins admitted taking the parking meter because he claimed it was on the ground. Police charged him with criminal mischief, theft, and alcohol intoxication. Collins is a junior walk-on fullback for UK. UK Athletics did not comment on the arrest. Warmer air will be moving into the bluegrass in the coming days, and it is a sign that spring is just around the corner. But spring often brings severe weather, and we want to make sure that you and your family are protected. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey joins us now live from the Richmond Road Kroger to explain. Hi, Chris.
You're exactly right. We've had a steady stream of folks coming in here this afternoon, Amber, who are taking advantage of our discount deal with Midland Weather Radios to get potentially life-saving information from these weather radios that will alert you whenever a watch or a warning is issued for a specific area. Whatever county you want, if you want multiple counties in there, we are programming those for a little while longer up until 6:30 here at the Kroger on Richmond Road. A lot of folks are doing just that behind me. I've got Jim Caldwell over here, who is our master programmer, that I'm calling him, just giving him that title right on there. That's what he's doing right now, and he's programming those weather radios for the folks who are out and picking up those. And you mentioned the severe weather season just around the corner, and some thunderstorms try to show up into next week. Let's concentrate on the start of that weekend forecast, though. Quick look outside, show you what we are facing for those folks who are out on your Friday evening. Skycam showing mostly cloudy skies. We've got a little break or two trying to show up, but boy, those clouds have been awfully stubborn for the better part of the afternoon. Current temperatures are upper 30s into most of central and eastern Kentucky. Farther east you go, we could not get to 40 degrees because of the combination of snow on the ground and the cloud cover over top of us, keeping a lot of those temperatures into the 30s across eastern Kentucky. Officially right now, Lexington, it is 39 degrees. Feels a little cooler when a wind gusts up from time to time, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Those winds will really crank though as we go into the day tomorrow. And you see those numbers that are colder across the eastern part of the state compared to our neighbors to the west, where we hit the 40s from the Lexington Metro and points to the west, where we did not have as much snow on the ground. Defender Radar Network, nothing going on. We will change that up a little bit, though, as we go into our Saturday. We'll track a cold front into town when I come back here in about 10 minutes from now.
See you then, Chris. Thank you. New tonight, a serial bank robber known as the Sock Hat Bandit has been sentenced in federal court. The judge gave 33-year-old Brian Parnell more than 10 years in prison. Police say over a 3-month span last year, Parnell robbed nearly a dozen banks in Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. In each case, police say the robber covered his head with a knitted hat. The FBI says Parnell ended up stealing more than $27,000 during the robberies. New tonight, Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear is teaming up with dozens of other attorneys general nationwide to protect people from harassing and unsolicited phone calls. They sent a letter to Congress urging lawmakers to pass the Help Americans Never Get Unwanted Phone Calls Act, also called the Hang Up Act. It would close a loophole in last year's budget agreement. That loophole allows companies to make automated calls, often called robocalls, to cell phone numbers about debts owed to the federal government. That includes student loans.
It's hurting our students working to pay off their college tuition debt. It's hurting our seniors, who are often the targets of these robocalls. Consumers simply do not know what calls they ought to trust and ought not to trust.
Kentuckians who receive an unwanted call or a call they think may be a scam can call the Attorney General's office to report it. That number is there on the screen that you see. Fayette County school leaders have now set a new date for the last day of school. They say the district now has 4 snow days to make up. To do that, students will now have classes on March 18th, April 8th, May 25th, and May 26th, days that were originally scheduled to be off. The last day of school will now be May 26th. School leaders will set high school graduation dates later this spring. Elected, an organization that helps families make ends meet, is asking for your help tonight. The Nest has an urgent need for donations of toiletry items. In particular, the organization is running low on shampoo, bar soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, shaving cream, and razors. The Nest wants to help families who can't buy everything that they need for their homes.
If you're just trying to make the rent and you're trying to think, keep a roof over my head, but little Jimmy has a hole in his shoe and I have $20 left, but I need to buy toiletry items, you know, come to the Nest, buy little Jimmy a pair of shoes, you know, and take care of it, and hopefully we've eliminated some stress.
If you'd like to make a donation, you can stop by the Nest on North Limestone at Duncan Park. The center is open 9 until 5 during the week.